don't go back and forget what we are having in mind.
Yes, thank you, Registrar.
Because I have comments on what you presented.
Thank you, Registrar. Because the other one is just a single amendment proposal, I think we take that and we have the comments and suggestions or inputs, if that's agreeable.
I want us to agree that I can give my comments as well.
Okay.
And then, if I forget.
Yes, Registrar, that is in order, but I believe we'd rather, as per procedure, we go through the proposal, then we have a proposer, a seconder, then during the debate we can have those inputs. Okay, thank you for your indulgence. So members, the other part is the issue of voting. So Jocelyn, we go to chapter 3, which is the composition of the KNPC. Chapter 3, composition of the KNPC. So as per the constitution of the KNPC and any other organization, you know that the General Assembly is at the top. The General Assembly is the decision maker. The General Assembly is the apex. And that's why members gather, because primarily this is your organization. The executive is just but a custodian implementing what the General Assembly has put in place. So you see at the top we have the General Assembly, the Executive Committee, and the Secretariat that runs the day-to-day activities. So the proposed amendment was in 3.3, functions of the General Assembly, just like 3.3. So 3.3, the functions of the General Assembly.
Yeah, actually.
So we can go to one of the functions. Of course, we can see the policies, accounts, all those. So we go to L, the issues of voting.
You people were not sleeping. You were all over. During the Olympic Committee elections, we'd meet in some dingy bars, Atakunata, there's no light, just to plan how you bring down somebody. And after you've brought that person down, you've not come back to plan how you'll be able to grow the development of the sport. Now, for example, if you look at the changes that have been done, I saw that there was a letter that was done. Your elections were held in May 2023. Next elections will be in May 2027. Is it 2027 or 2028? Now, how do we get into politics of, again, elections? And these athletes, right now we should be progressing them to be able to qualify and get medals. Our medal tally has gone down. Can we bring it back? The medal tally of Paralympic Games was higher than the ones of the Olympics. Why have we lost it in between? So our focus has to be in terms of developing the athletes. Let's not fight for silly things that are very small. It is not even benefiting you yourself. You'll benefit only for 4 years. If you look at the amount of money you've gotten, and then look at the future that you have spoiled for the young ones who are there, it is not worth it. So mine would be the changes that are being done. When you do a change in a constitution, it is not for you, it is for future generations. And one of the reasons why the government or Kenyans decided to have the Sports Act was to avoid such things whereby officials fight. And it is good that we have an iron lady who started off the office of the sports registrar, Madam Wasike.
And I rejected his application for a very long time. He's one of the people who have been mistreated by my, I don't know whether it is mistreatment or streamlined by my office. The other day he was commenting that, Madam Registrar, the first day I came, I sat for 8 hours in the corridor. And when you called me to have tea, I refused. Then after that, when I wanted tea, you rejected to give me tea forever. No, you see, that is anger. But you see, in my office, what I do the right thing, I'll give you a certificate. Do the wrong thing, if I advise you bring this and you don't bring, you will come forever. That is how my office is. And I would really want to continue treating each and everyone equally, but relying on the law, not favoring. Like Motibo here, he's my friend. But if you go to his file, the letters that have been written there, he wouldn't be the one speaking such nice words. They should be very bad words. But thank you, Mr. Mujibu. Thank you, all of you. Now I'll go to the comments. Let's go back to where we started on. Is it interpretation? That's definition. Because usually, when you are doing a constitution, the order, the way it comes out, you start with the logo of the organization, then have a table of contents, then have what we call interpretation, and under interpretation, that's where we shall have definition, and we shall have abbreviation. Those are two things. Then after the definition and abbreviation, I expect now to see a preamble. And a preamble, if you look at what you've written, is not what I expect. We shall reach there. So on definition, I'm expecting you to define things like terms. It is the terms that you are defining, which have been used, that people might want to understand what it means. So you define something like sports registrar. Are we together? Define nation of federation. You define a member. You are not defining the categories. Categories will appear when you are describing them in the Constitution. So you define who is a member.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, today we had the Special General Assembly of the Kenya National Paralympics Committee, which is the umbrella body governing Paralympic sports in Kenya. So the Special General Assembly was called by a motion, pursuant to a motion brought about by the International Paralympics Committee, which is the governing body. So basically, the motion was to requesting or advising Kenya to amend sections of its voting electoral constitution to ensure that it's in conformity with the rest of the global body best practices, similar to National Olympic Committee and other national Paralympics across the world.
Yeah, tell us about the key amendments.
So there were two main key amendments. One was the definition of terms, because sports practitioners or stakeholders may remember during the last election there was a confusion as to the status of members with voting rights, associate members and full members. So that was well advised. So now in the Constitution we'll have a definition of who is a full member, associate member and the one with rights. The second major and important amendment is for consistency, where we have now electoral cycle coming soon after the conclusion of the Summer Paralympic Games. So for instance, within 6 months or not later than 6 months after the ending of the Paralympic Games, for instance the next one, which is the Los Angeles Games, then the KNPC Kenya or Kenya National Paralympics Committee will now hold its election. Yes.
How many voted for the amendments and how many voted against?
We had all the members who came in, the delegates, unanimously vote for the amendment, which they had been taken through and were shown the history and the communication from the international body, the motion. So all the members unanimously came in, 100% voted. And we also had guidance from the regulator, which is the office of the Registrar of Sports in Kenya.